All right, welcome to day 5. It's the end of the day. How'd your day go? What'd you get done? What'd you accomplish, right? How about this? How much momentum do you feel right now knowing that you have completed 5 days of a 21-day challenge? We've almost got a full week in the books, but listen, celebrate. Celebrate. You've done a complete work week of the challenge. All right. And here we are getting ready to go into the weekend. And it's just going to be super exciting. And I just want to recap real quick a couple things we've talked about. Number one, we started with our desire. Desire. It's what keeps us going. It's what brought us to this challenge. And if we will help create our desires in the sense of we make them stronger, right? We feed the desires of what we truly want most. We know it's best for us, right? To outweigh the other desires that want to keep us from achieving these desires or derail us, right? So we talked about desire. We've talked about goals, right? So we want to be setting goals. These are the outcomes of what it is we desire. It's the true plan, if you will, of us saying, this is what I want, this is how I want it, when I want it, right? Getting real specific and putting this desire to the test, if you will. And then we've talked about reasons, right? It's the why, it's the purpose. And our purpose is so important. The why behind your goal is vital, because if you don't have a good, strong foundation of purpose, if you don't have these anchors, is what the way I describe it, if you don't have that to keep you grounded when things get tough, right? You have to have your reasons, right? And then yesterday we talked about desire, or not desire, but discipline rather. Discipline. It's the diligence of doing. It's picking up the habits. And by the way, it's doing one at a time, over and over again. It's really and truly the building blocks or the steps of getting better, right? Like people that you see in the gym, or maybe you see these great athletes, or you see amazing business professionals. Just understand something. They didn't get there overnight. They had to do the disciplines. I would argue that for them to stay in the state that they're in, or in the ranking that they're in, if they want to stay great, these disciplines that we're talking about, they've actually just become a part of their lives. It's who they are. It's true lifestyle. And so discipline it's where it's at. It's the steps towards becoming who you need to be, because that's what's most important. It's not what you achieve, it's who you become. And this is a journey of you becoming the better you, right? Everything that you're doing it because it's better for you. Everything that you're wanting to accomplish, it will require that there is a better version of you. And so here we are doing the disciplines to build our better self. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. The rest of our times together, I'm just going to highlight some areas of discipline. All right. Everyone has their list, so to speak, but this is kind of mine. In fact, this is kind of a formula that I've put together over the years. It's really 4 areas that I think all of us at one time or another would say that we were wanting to improve upon. We had goals in. And for us to hit those goals, we have to have the disciplines in these areas. And so the next 4 topics are going to be specific personal development in the sense that it's all about you, okay? The rest of these topics will be about others, but we do want to take some time to focus in on you. It's your personal growth. It's your personal development. And the way I look at it is I break it into 4 areas. And not saying that one is better than the other. I just start the sequence with what I feel is the easiest to do. And as one mentor of mine said, Easy things are the things that you can do, right? If it's easy, it's because you can do it. And so here we are in our challenge. We're developing disciplines in this area, and that is the area of physical health. Physical health. Now, this is super important, and I don't want to be redundant, but I just need you to understand that this body that you operate in, it's your vehicle, right? It's your vehicle. And what I'm not promoting is vanity. I'm not saying for you to be vain and be conceited and all those things. I am truly talking about health and fitness. I'm talking about being your best self, right? It's kind of like, again, going back to the car analogy. Look, I don't care what you drive. My opinion, I think whatever you drive, you need to take care of that vehicle. You need to maintain that vehicle well. You need to treat the vehicle properly. You need to keep it clean. You need to do all these things of maintaining the vehicle because it's the vehicle you've got, okay? It's the vehicle you got. Now, if you want to upgrade, that's fine. We're trying to do that too, right? We're trying to get some upgrades going on. But right now, where you're at, we want to have disciplines that help us maintain great physical health. And so 4 of these you already know because we're working on them right now. And it starts, my opinion, great nutrition. It's about feeding your body the things that it needs and eventually will want. Now, if you're like me, I have been a junk food junkie, okay? I love it. I love snacks. I love sweets. I love all of these things, okay? But I know those things do not serve me. Now, I'm not a fanatic. I just want to lay my cards on the table. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not this person that is super strict in my nutrition. Now, I want to do what's better for me. I am very strict in making sure that I'm consuming proper nutrients, vitamins, minerals, protein, all those kinds of things. And then everything else I try to choose better, right? If it's going to be meat, I prefer it to be lean, right? If it's going to be a meal like an entree, I'd prefer something on the plate to be green. Like this is when I'm better, but I don't always do that. But the discipline that I want to develop is choosing what's better for me more often than not. Right? So that's the nutrition part. We want to have nutrition standards, if you will, right? Standards that says, and by the way, it's not about what you stay away from, in my opinion. My opinion is more about what you make sure you consume, because if you consume the right things, you won't be hungry for the bad things you're trying to stay away from, right? So I would tell you, be focused on what you're taking in, not what you're keeping away from, right? I want to be focused on finding lean meats, clean meats, greens, right? All those kinds of things. And then obviously our hydration, water is so important. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, if you could get hydration right, be surprised at how well you feel. In fact, I was listening to a podcast once that said that if you ever feel sluggish, drink a bunch of water because it will actually cause your brain to wake up by getting hydrated. It's super important to drink enough water. And my opinion is half your body weight in ounces. That's what I try to do. And if you're super active, increase it even more because you lose so much when you're exercising, all that good stuff, right? Back to that. And that's exercise. Exercise. Make sure you're helping train the body. Strength, cardio, these types of things. No, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. No, you don't have to be a track star, right? All you have to do is do the work, okay? Right? Granted, get medical advice, medical opinion, but I'm just simply saying most of us know the right things to do. It's the disciplines of doing these things. And I will say this, it's being humble enough to start small. And over time, as you build the muscle for it, which when I say muscle in that reference, I mean the habit of exercising, the discipline of exercising, you can expand that, right? The marathon runners didn't just come out the gate running marathons. They had to run the first mile Some of them even had to walk the first mile. Whatever it is, I'm just simply saying to you, give your body some adequate exercise. It's going to help, right? It's going to help. Rest. Now, this is one that I really have to work on, right? Like even right now, it's a little past my bedtime, but I committed to doing this. So here we are, right? But making sure you have adequate rest. And I will tell you this is just something I've learned. This is something that I try to work on. I'm not great at it, but man, I read a book one time talking about being ready to rest. I've never done this, like actually having that bedtime routine that puts your body in a state to rest quickly, deeply, and effectively. And it's I'm telling you, little things like take a warm shower before you go to bed, right? Do those things. I'll tell you this to help you wake up. Make sure you've already thought about what you plan to do the next morning. That emotional commitment I was talking about, right? Have those kinds of things going on. So these are the 4 things we've definitely talked about, right? But let me just add in a few things that's the disciplines of taking care of your body, but even more so what it's going to do for your confidence and for your relationships and for all these other things. But make sure you're practicing great hygiene. And what I mean by that is it's the little disciplines that help keep you away from things like the dentist or the optometrist or the doctor, right? Like do the flossing, right? Do the skin care if that's what you need, right? Like put on the mask, like take care of yourself. Make sure that you are putting some effort into your hygiene, the way really you appear. Now, I know someone's like, well, it shouldn't matter what you look like. I'm not saying that, not judging that. In fact, we know the Bible talks about it. Man judges the outward, God judges the inward, right? And so we go immediately to, well, only God can judge me, okay? Okay, that's fine. But there's wisdom in that phrase, that statement, that verse, okay? And the wisdom is this: yes, God does judge the heart. He knows everything. But people judge you on the outside, and you need to be prepared for that too, right? You want to have a great appearance. Again, it's not like we all, look, I'm not going to be in GQ magazine. It's just not going to happen, right? That's not, but I can tell you this, I can be groomed properly. Well, I should be, I need to shave, but groomed properly, taken care of, like I said, my teeth, my hair, like my eyes, my skin, like your physical appearance matters so much. Even your wardrobe, right? You don't have to wear the fanciest clothes. I know that's not necessarily a part of your body, but you put these clothes on your body. And your appearance is a part of your physical health, in my opinion, because I will tell you this, if you can't dress in a way that demonstrates a good attitude, how in the world are you supposed to have a positive attitude? Because how you dress says all about your attitude, right? Take the time, iron your clothes, right? Make sure they're washed, make sure they're fresh. I'm just simply saying, sometimes it pays to dress up just a little bit. Because number one, you can't go wrong dressing upwards, right? People will just be like, wow, look at this sharp person, this sharp, well-dressed lady, like whatever that is. But you can go to an event underdressed and that be a problem. So number one, your influence other people, it's good. But how about this? How about the way you feel? How about the way it makes you feel, the confidence you are built by doing the physical disciplines? And really and truly, that's what happens. The physical disciplines helps you to feel better. When you exercise, you get the endorphins and you feel better. It helps you to actually put your body in a state that it's easier for your desires to shine through. You're not held back by issues, but you actually feel like it. Now, granted, you can't live on that, but I will say this, give yourself the opportunity to have advantages. So I'm simply saying, take care of your body, right? Do these physical disciplines. Allow yourself to be in a state where you feel like doing the things that you want to do. So that's physical disciplines. Maybe jot down a list of things you want to work on, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 6.